Hey everyone, I am back again and I have a message coming to you all on one of my favorite topics. As you guys know, I love all things relationship. And so I wanted to ask you guys the question, and for those of you who are already in a relationship, or maybe you want to reflect back to your last relationship, or maybe you just want to join in this conversation because maybe you want a relationship and you want to make sure that you have the right kind of relationship, the right quality of relationship, then this message is for you. So the question for today's message is, are you in a growth relationship or a fixed role relationship? And I'm going to dive into what that actually means and how it will support you to know the difference. So on one hand, we've got 5% let's start with the fixed role kind of relationship. About 95% of all intimate relationships out there are what we call a fixed role relationship. Now, what that really is a relationship where there's somebody who's got the majority of the power and they like to say how things are going to roll, and the other person kind of goes along with how that's supposed to play out, and then from there that kind of just works, right? Somebody's always got the upper hand, and it's just that as long as they play those roles, things are going to be okay, right? Might not be totally fulfilling, might feel like something's missing, but at the end of the day, that's the fixed role relationship that it does work. The other quality of relationship, the one that I opt for, and I hope you will as well, is the growth relationship. And basically, the growth relationship is one in which we go, all right, we are two individuals. We have our own stuff that we're dealing with. No doubt about it. A lot of stuff is going to come up for both of us, and we're going to trigger a lot of stuff in relationship for one another. And so, but basically, we have a growth mindset and we're going to tackle that stuff as it comes up. Now, I just put on a breakthrough workshop a couple of last week. Oh my God, the time is ticking by. It might have been 2 weeks ago right now, but you can get your access to it. And what that basically does is allow you to bring up all of those limitations, all of those limiting emotions that are trapped, all of those limiting beliefs, and all of the ways that, thinking and feeling those certain ways on a subconscious level are limiting you in all areas. Now, when you can do this in your relationship, which is the kind of exercise somebody in, people who are in growth relationships would do, they want to bring that stuff up to the surface. And the reason is because they're not afraid of it, because they trust that they will always grow from it, right? Very different to when you're in a fixed role relationship and there's a hierarchy. There's somebody who's got the power and is dictating the terms and somebody who's following along. In that quality of relationship, they're terrified of rocking the boat. They're terrified of bringing something up that could change the power dynamic because they don't know how they would connect any way outside of that dynamic. But not for the growth individuals. They want to bring that stuff up. And what happens is when you bring up your fears, when you bring up the pain, that actually becomes your potential if you are two people who are looking to grow in your connection. Why? Because you suddenly have a map, you suddenly have a pathway to your potential as a couple. And if you choose to grow together, if you choose to do the most difficult thing that you can ever do in this world, which is to grow in intimate relationship with somebody, and bring all your stuff up to the surface, then what you will find is all of those fears, all those negative thoughts, all of those negative emotions, you will actually get to experience their mirror opposite, the polarity of whatever that perceived negativity is when you commit to your growth in your relationship and you go deep. This is the kind of work that I personally do and I love to work with others on. So if you are in a relationship and you find it's not what you want, I just want to give you a message right now that it's only challenging. You're only getting to that place where you think you want to throw in the towel because you're being fixed around it. And you might have found yourself in more of a fixed dynamic with your partner, because at the end of the day, You want to be in relationship with somebody who's willing to grow, but you have to be willing to grow, right? And that means taking 100% responsibility for where your relationship is at without blame of yourself or the other. There's no room for that. And a complete commitment to, not holding on to the past, but gleaning the wisdom and creating a new vision and direction, and deciding that no matter what challenges, inevitable challenges that come up, you are committed to growing through them, and you're committed to doing that together. And when you do that, I guarantee you can make any relationship work, right? Not just work, you can make it thrive, and it will be your vehicle for reaching your highest potential in both life and in love. Because when you have the courage to go deep in intimate relationship, because that's where the deeper stuff comes up there, and you are committed to your growth and working through that, and you create a team dynamic to support and challenge each other to your greatness, you are, my friend, going to absolutely reach the highest possible realm of your potential in this lifetime if you have that mindset and you get out of the boring, one-sided dynamics that we can so easily think that are our comfort zone in relationships, but they're not fulfilling. You might think that you're safe, but you're never fulfilled. So know the difference between a fixed role relationship and a growth relationship. Be courageous. It's where all of your fulfillment lays, is to step into a growth dynamic. All right, so I definitely want to check in with you guys. So let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Have you got any questions or comments or words of wisdom that you'd love to share? I would love to connect with you. And I'm really hoping that this message is hitting home for you guys. I have actually, again, just off the back of a coaching session, been inspired by one of the most brilliant human beings that I've ever met in my life. Grateful to call them my coach, and really always challenging me and helping me to see things differently. And that's why I love passing on these messages. Everything that I'm working on myself, I want to share with you guys. And for those of you who aren't currently part of the masterclasses or the Limitless Potential Academy, and you want to be, and you want to get access to the breakthrough workshop I just created a couple of weeks ago, and get awesome tools at your fingertips, plus all the masterclasses previously, shoot me a message or drop me a comment. I'll hook you up. All right. Let me check in with you guys. I've got Bina. Hello, nice to see you live. Always so beautiful to see you, Bina. Hope you're doing amazingly well. And Judy's here, and Alex, and Andy, and Robert, and Ricky, and Simon, and Lisa. Awesome. And Simon, love it, Vanessa. We either grow together or we grow apart. So true. We need to make sure that we keep in alignment with those that we wish to be in intimate relationship with, or whatever relationship. We need some element of alignment, but we can only go as far as we are clear. So, that's why I love working on the individual level with all of you guys, because when you're clear within, and you create that vision of what you want, and then you align it with somebody else who's also got that clarity, who's also in authentic alignment, and that happens to cross over, that is perfect. That is what we want in our intimate relationships. We don't want to be two of the same though, as because if there's two of you, one of you isn't necessary, right? If it's just two of the same. So we want that challenge, we want those differences, and absolutely, like you're saying, Simon, spot on. You really need to be sure that you are growing together, or you may just grow apart. Absolutely. And Gamal, great to see you as well, and loving that this is a good topic for you. And what about your own choice? Yeah, my choice is around the growth relationship, for sure, right? And it's not easy, and that's why I'm saying, 95% of the population are in fixed role relationships, and that's their comfort zone. That's what they know. But it's the old paradigm of relationship, and the new one is to be in a growth dynamic, and it takes a lot of courage to open up and be vulnerable and grow with another human being. But, it is where all of your fulfillment lays. So don't be terrified of it and get into it. And I'd love to support you on that journey. If you feel called to reach out to me and share anything with me, I love connecting with you guys. And Simon, we have to have that alignment and team fit. Absolutely. You got it, my friend. So I really hope that today's message has served each and every one of you guys. Hope it's been of value. I love getting on these and just tuning in wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. But as always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and that today's message has definitely served you. I'm signing off. I'm sending you guys all of my love and so much thanks and gratitude for joining me live. I love getting to connect with you guys. And thank you, Bina. Great to have you. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Much love.